Good evening,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, so we are going to discuss the second sheet that I have already shared. It starts off with this question, question number 7. Uh, Prove that if cos x is equal to cos A times cos B, and if x plus minus A is not equal to 2k plus 1 times pi, and b is not equal to 2n plus 1 times pi, where k and n are integers, 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 and so on, then you have to prove that 1 plus tan of x plus a by 2 multiplied by tan of x minus a by 2 is equal to secant square b by 2. Have you guys tried this question?
Yes, sir.
What have you got?
Sir, I was not able to solve, so I skipped in the next question.
What did you try here?
Sir, first I tried that what B and A could not, what the values it could not hold, and then from that I just put in the big equation.
What do you mean? If it cannot be those values, how will you use that?
Yes, sir. If it cannot be those values, then the statement will be false, and then I will prove that कि like इसमें से ये नहीं है. Then we can conclude to the next step. फिर उसमें हुआ नहीं था.
I don't know what you're saying right now, because cos x is equal to this. If this cos x is equal to this, you have to show this. What have you done about this, the main problem?
I
सर
didn't.
Anyone, what have you done?
सर मैंने मतलब 10x+a/2 माइनस 10x-a/2
Mm-hmm.
किया 10a-b, फिर उसमें अप्लाई किया, फिर वहां से 1 + 10x+a/2 इंटू 10x-a/2,
Mm-hmm.
इसको इसकी वैल्यू जो थी उसको फिर अ, हाँ उसको वो आया, फिर ये जो 10a-b था वो कट के 10a के इक्वल में हो गया। फिर
1 second. You are simplifying the left hand side here.
नो नो नो, आई एम नॉट सिंप्लीफाइंग, मतलब मैंने खुद से 10x+a/2 माइनस x-a/2 किया, वहां से 10a = 10x+a/2 माइनस 10x-a/2 आया, ये 10a+10a-b से
से क्या फायदा
अपॉन
हो
में
रहा है?
फिर 1 प्लस ये इसका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, फिर हाँ हाँ यही।
So what is the benefit from this?
सर यहाँ से फिर इसका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड जो है उसकी वैल्यू आ गई 10x+a/2 माइनस 10x-a/2 अपॉन 10a, फिर उसको साइन कॉस में ब्रेक करके वहां से इसकी वैल्यू सेक्स स्क्वायर b/2 आ गई थी पहले, मतलब इसको साइन कॉस में करके क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई किया, वहां से ये साइन x+a/2 माइनस x-a/2 इंटू
Basically, basically you are able to prove that this is equal to this.
यस।
Ah, but why are you doing it in such a weird way? This is not like a very easy thing you have started right from here. This is not like an obvious thing, no, your first step.
नो नो
You can do it in a much simpler way. We need to just check this. You don't have to go through such complicated version. Like, it's an easier way to do it. Like, you can just say 1 plus tan x plus a by 2 multiplied by tan x minus a by 2. You can write it as, or let's first focus just on this part. It will be sine of x plus a by 2 sine of x minus a by 2 divided by cos of x minus a by 2, right? I'm just trying to calculate this. So I have written it like this. What should I do here? First step is to multiply by 2 up and down, right? And you should know the formula 2 sine c sine d. What
yes
is
sir.
that? That
Sir,
is
cos
cos of c plus d by
plus d,
2
cos c minus d.
minus cos of c minus d by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Not by 2, I think. Cos of c plus d and cos of c minus d only.
Oh
No
yeah.
need to do a by 2. This is the basic identity. Here you have this, so you can write it as basically cos of the sum of the angles is actually x, right?
Yes.
Minus cos of the difference of the angle is a divided by, now it is cos, so that will be cos plus cos, right?
Yes sir.
So you will get when you do plus, you will get x plus cos c minus d, you will get a, correct?
Yes.
So basically, what you're getting is this ratio is simply this, right?
Yes sir.
Now, in the problem, they had said cos x is equal to cos a cos b, right?
Yes sir.
So we can put that there now, right? So cos a cos b minus cos a and cos a cos b plus cos a, right? So you are getting 1 minus or cos b minus 1 by cos b plus 1, right? Do you understand that this is what we are getting?
Yes, sir.
If you are getting this expression, add 1 to it and you will get 2 cos b by cos b plus 1. And if you simplify this, yeah, I feel like I have made some silly mistake somewhere. Okay, 2 sin c sin d, is this correct? Cos c cos d plus, oh, this is wrong. It's an opposite sign. It will be negative and like this, right?
Yeah, I also said that cos d minus c.
Right. So it will be like this. So here it will be a plus and a minus, and then cos a minus cos x. So it will be a plus and a minus, right?
Yes.
And because of that, now everything will change a little bit. You will get 1 minus cos b by 1 plus cos b. Correct?
Yes. फिर लास्ट
So,
में 2/1 प्लस cos b
uh,
बचेगा, फिर उसमें
so you are
1 प्लस
getting
cos b को
this,
2 cos square b by 2, फिर वहां से
right? And this will become sec square b by 2. So basically, you are able to get that the left hand side of the identity that you are supposed to prove is becoming the right hand side if you use the condition that cos x is equal to cos a cos b, right?
yes.
Now, why do you think there are so much other things mentioned in the problem? X plus minus a is not equal to 2k plus 1 pi. Why was that mentioned? Why are the other conditions being mentioned? X plus minus a is not equal to 2k plus 1 pi. कोई
सर
किसी को
डिवाइड
आइडिया है?
सर फिर वो वहां पे कॉस की वैल्यू 0 हो जाती है।
No, that is not the reason. The reason it is mentioned is because if you look at this expression, the question is asking us to prove something about this, right? Tan x plus a by 2 and tan x minus a by 2, correct?
यस सर।
The question is asking us to prove this, but you should realize that tan function is not defined when when x is equal to odd multiple of pi by 2.
हाँ, वहाँ
If
कॉस की वैल्यू 0 तो फिर 10x नॉट डिफाइंड।
any odd multiple of pi by 2 पे tan x is not defined, when x is equal to 2k plus 1 pi by 2, then tan x will not be defined, right? So
यस
the whole equation only will not make sense, not defined, if the tan terms are not defined, right? If this term is only not defined, you can't write anything, you can't make sense of the equation. So you're saying basically x plus a by 2 and x minus a by 2 should not be equal to this, right? Do you understand what is happening here?
यस सर।
So basically from here you are getting the condition that x plus minus a should not be equal to 2k plus 1 into pi. If it is equal to this, then the equation itself doesn't make any sense because the left hand side of the expression is not defined. Similarly, sec square b by 2 is also not defined whenever cos b by 2 is 0.
यस सर।
So from there also you get the condition for b should not be equal to 2n plus 1 into pi.
यस।
I hope you are understanding why the conditions are mentioned.
यस।
Yes, sir.
So that is important to realize that. The next question is seventh one. Is anybody getting the seventh one?
हाँ यस सर।
Got it, sir.
सर इट वाज 8th।
How did you get seventh one?
सर दैट AP formula of for sine।
Hmm. I don't know any formulas.
सर साइन वो एसएलओनी में लिखा हुआ था, साइन अल्फा प्लस एन माइनस 1/2 बीटा इंटू। मैं डेरिवेशन इसका मतलब मुझे याद नहीं है, मैंने किया था बट अभी याद नहीं है, तो फॉर्मूला
अगर
मुझे याद
डेरिवेशन याद नहीं है तो तुमको लगता है कि वैलिड प्रूफ है वो?
नहीं। मतलब मैंने किया हुआ है डेरिवेशन बट याद नहीं था।
Do you think you will get any marks if you use a formula here in a Olympiad question?
नो।
We are right now not preparing for JEE जहाँ पे options हैं और option से आंसर मैच कराना है. What are we preparing for right now?
ओलंपियाड।
Do you think you have to supply a proper proof or not?
या
Anybody has the proper proof for it? Anybody who has used a formula to get the answer, it's not valid. You have to show the proof. So this is homework. You need to learn the proof of the formula. I'm not going to show it. It is there in SL only, the proof. If you
Sir,
don't know the proof, you cannot use a formula.
sir,
आई नो, आई न्यू इट बट आई फॉरगॉट इट।
uh, sir, without any help, according to you, how much minutes should it take to prove this equation from scratch for us?
It takes 2-3 minutes if you have read SL only, that section
No,
where the
sir,
proof is shown.
without reading anything about proof.
Without reading anything, like you will have to think of it. It will take a long time also.
Okay, sir. It's not an instant, right? Okay, thank you, sir.
The SL only proof is a trigonometric proof. You need to know that proof. There is another proof also. What is another way to prove it? Suppose you have not read the SL only proof. You don't know anything about that. What is another way in which you can try and prove a statement like this?
Sir, I think combining terms,
How many terms will you combine when there are n terms here? How will you combine terms?
making some like we do in sequences.
What will you do?
So first of all, try to combine sine pi by 3 plus sine n pi by 3. Then try to find some relation between next combinations.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
Then we
what
can combine
relation
first or last term.
you can try, but I don't think it will
Sorry?
work.
Okay, okay, sir.
You can try whatever. I'm not looking for a
Yes.
trigonometric proof. The trigonometric proof that will work here is the proof where you multiply by sine pi by 6 on both sides. Sine pi by 6 is half of the common ratio.
Hmm.
That trigonometric proof where you will get a formula for sine A plus sine of A plus D plus sine of A plus n minus 1 D. This series summation is going to be sine of n times D by 2 by sine D by 2 multiplied by sine of first angle plus last angle by 2. So it will be sine of A plus n minus 1 into D by 2. This is the formula that has been derived in SL Loni. This is a AP sequence of angles where first term is pi by 3 and common difference is pi by 3. And there are n terms. Actually, there are n minus 1 terms in this AP. If you take the first term as pi by 3, there is n minus 1 terms, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you use the formula here to get the answer, it is easy to get the answer, but the proof of this formula you need to first learn. I'm not talking about the proof involving a trigonometric proof. Think a little more and tell me what is another way to prove a statement like this. Look at the statement. What is another way to prove a statement like this? Have you learned anything else? Not the trigonometric proof. Can you think of some different way to prove it? How do you prove statements involving n terms and all in general like this?
Sir, induction.
Right.
So what is induction, sir?
Nobody has heard, only one person has heard of induction. Mathematical induction, you don't know what the method
No, sir.
is.
I know the basics, but how to do it, sir? I don't know. I just only
What is
heard,
the
sir.
basics? Tell me what is the
Sir,
basics.
like we take the base case
Mm-hmm.
1, then we take another case, let's say k, and we prove it that it is valid for k plus 1 also. So it is whole proof.
Yeah, that is the proof.
Achha,
Prove
okay,
the
sir.
base case. What is the base case? N is
There
equal to 1.
1, yes, sir.
How many terms will, what is the left hand side in base case?
Sine pi by 3.
Okay, that is equal to root 3 by 2. What is right hand side in base case?
2 sine pi by 6 into sine 2 pi by 6.
2 sine pi by 6 is automatically 1.
Hmm.
And it is clear that both sides are equal in base case, right?
Yes, sir. Then it's proof. Yes, okay.
Now you have to assume that the formula is true. It's true for n is equal to k, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the induction step. You will assume that the relationship is correct for n is equal to k. So what we know now is sine pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi by 3 plus so on till sine k pi by 3 is equal to 2 sine k pi by 6 multiplied by sine
k plus
k
1
plus
pi by
1 pi by 6.
yes sir.
We have assumed that this is correct. And we have
Hmm.
to prove now for k plus 1. So k plus 1 will be all of these terms plus one extra term, right?
Yes sir.
So it will be using this result, we can write it as 2 sine k pi by 6 sine k plus 1 pi by 6 plus one extra term which is sine k plus 1
P
pi
plus
by
1 pi by
3,
3.
right?
Yes sir.
Using double angle formula, we can split this, right?
Yes sir.
How do we split this? We can write it as 2 sine k plus 1 pi by 6 and cos k plus 1 pi by 6, right?
Yes sir.
Now, in this term and this term, you can take 2 sine k plus 1 pi by 6 common, right?
Hmm.
So take it as common then. You will end up with basically 2 sine k plus 1 pi by 6 outside, and inside what is coming? You are getting 2 sine k pi by 6, no, sine k pi by 6 plus cos k plus 1 pi by 6, right? Is that correct? Is everyone understanding what I'm saying right now?
Yes.
Now you have to show that this expression, if you simplify it a little bit, you can expand this. You can say it is cos k pi by 6 cos pi by 6 minus sine k pi by 6 sine pi by 6, right? And you have a sine k pi by 6 here. You have to prove that the formula is also working for k plus 1. So you already have a 2 sine k plus 1 pi by 6 term outside. What is the
Hmm.
next term? It would be k plus 2 pi by 6 sine, right?
Yes sir.
So we have to show that this stuff is going to be equal to sine of k plus 2 pi by 6.
Hmm.
So that you have to think of how to prove. If you can prove that, then the question is over, because from induction step you have proved the whole thing. From n is equal to k, you have shown n is equal to k plus 1. Is it clear what I'm saying?
That
Yes.
means without using geometry, we can prove questions like this from induction in Olympiad trigonometry.
Anytime you have a statement involving integers n, some statement where there are integers, obviously induction is possible. Sometimes it might be hard, but in this case, it's a straightforward. You have to just simplify it and check whether it is coming or not.
Okay, sir.
Finish the proof by induction, and also those who have seen the SL proof, you need to find the trigonometric proof from SL and understand it. In any of the classes that we are going to do, I don't care about whether you got the answer or not. I care about whether you understood all the steps. We are doing Olympiad maths. It's not about getting the answer. It's about knowing the correct arguments and being able to prove things correctly. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You cannot use a formula which you cannot prove. Such formulas are not allowed. Okay. Next question is, one second. Next question is equation. Solve the equation. Question number 9. You have to solve the equation cos x plus root 3 sin x is equal to 2 cos 2x. Okay. Tell me whoever has done anything here.
Sir,
Hmm.
if we divide the whole expression by 2, then
Mm-hmm.
uh, then it will become half cos over 3 sin
Mm-hmm.
x. Then we know that half is cos pi by 3, and root
Mm-hmm.
3 upon 2 is sine pi by 3.
So then,
Then it is cos pi minus cos pi minus pi by 3 minus x equals cos 2x. Yeah.
okay. Then what?
Then we can compare 2x equals x. Then here we will get 2x equals 2n pi plus minus x minus pi by 3.
We'll write at this stage, we have to write the general solution, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Don't just write this is equal to this, right?
Yes.
So from the general solution, what you will do is take both the cases separately. One case is x minus pi by 3 is equal to 2n pi plus 2x. From here, you will get x plus 2n pi is equal to minus pi by 3, or x is minus 2n pi minus pi by 3, where n can be any integer, right?
Yes.
And from the other case where it is negative sign, you will get 3x is equal to 2n pi plus pi by 3. And x will come out to be 2n pi by 3 plus pi by 9, right?
Yes.
So those are the possible solutions for us. N can be any integers. This will give us an infinite set of solutions. This will also give us an infinite set of solutions. So that is the correct way to do this problem. Is that fine?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Question 10 then. Question 10 was solve the equation 2 sine 4x, right, plus 16 sine cube x cos x plus 3 cos 2x minus 5 equals 0. Right. Anybody has any idea what to do? Yeah, I think I have made a mistake. I wrote sine square x, but it was actually sine cube x, I think.
Yes, sir.
Did you try the equation?
Yes, sir, I tried. If we put that sine cube, then the 16 sine cube x and cos x got cancelled. I tried it on Sunday. I don't actually remember what I got, but I thought I'm making mistake somewhere
Okay.
because
If
in that
we write it
sine
like
part.
this, 2 sine 4x is 5 minus 3 cos 2x minus 16 sine cube x cos x. Let's see what is coming from here. Right. Okay, so first we should think of how to simplify sine 4x, right? This can be written as 2 sine
Sine
2x
cube
cos
cos 2x.
2x. And this can be again broken down and written as 4 sine x cos x. And this is cos 2x, right?
Yes.
And cos 2x can be written as 1 minus 2 sine square x.
Yes, sir.
So you can multiply that with 4 sine x cos x, and you'll get 4 sine x cos x minus 8 sine cube x cos x, right?
Yes, sir.
So notice now that if you multiply it and put 2 times sine 4x, you will get 8 times sine x cos x minus 16 times sine cube x cos x, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means that when you do 2 sine 4x plus 16 sine cube x cos x, this part will end up as simply 8 sine x cos x, right?
Yes, sir.
Plus you have 3 cos 2x equals 5. This is my equation now. How do you solve this equation? So basically, this is 4 sine 2x, right?
Yes, sir.
How should I solve this equation? What are you-
Uh, s- Sir, like we did in the ninth one, like,
It's not similar to ninth one.
yeah, uh,
I mean, it is having the same idea, but what will you do here? Squaring is not a good idea. Why should we avoid squaring and all in equations? Why am I saying avoid squaring? Unless there is no other way, you should never do squaring. Why do
Because
you think?
squaring create extra root.
Hmm. Squaring creates unnecessary extra roots that you will have to remove later. Basically, x is equal to 3 and x square is equal to 9. This is a simple equation with one root. This has two roots. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
These two equations are not equivalent, right?
Yes, sir.
We want to avoid the situation where we are either bringing in extra roots or losing out on some roots. So squaring is putting extra roots. We should also avoid operations like cancelling. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, because it creates a loss of root.
So cancel कर दोगे बिना सोचे तो you will lose on some roots. Square कर दोगे तो you will get extra roots. You have to avoid it unless absolutely required. Sometimes there is no option, you have to square. But then whenever you square it, finally जब भी roots आएगा, you have to think about whether all the roots are also fitting the original equation or not. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What is the way to do this problem without squaring? We have to solve an equation like this: 4 sine 2x plus 3 cos 2x is equal to 5. So this method is pretty standard. What you have to do is, this is an equation of this form: a sine x plus b cos x is
sir,
equal to c.
multiplying by a upon root a square plus b square, that kind of stuff thing.
Not multiplying, dividing both sides.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Why are we dividing by this?
Sir, it is its maximum value, I guess.
No. No, why did we think of dividing by this number? Why not some other number?
Yes, sir, I have a doubt in this. Why did you divide it?
I am asking right now. If nobody knows, then only I'll say no. Think a little.
Because A, B, C are Pythagoras triplets.
A B C का कोई relation नहीं है. C is not connected to this. We are dividing by this quantity in order to guarantee that the number here and the number here are both less than 1, and they will be ratios, they will be the perpendicular and the base of some right angle triangle.
Okay, sir.
What am I meaning here? I want to write this term as a cos theta and I want to write this term as a sine theta. It is obvious that if I make cos theta as a by this, sine theta will automatically be b by this. Can you confirm that?
Yes, sir.
But why didn't I put cos theta here only directly and sine theta here only directly then? The reason we can't do that is because, is it guaranteed that this number a and this number b are less than 1?
No, it is not.
जैसे
No,
यहाँ पे
not now.
4 है और यहाँ पे 3 है. Can we say that 4 is cos theta and sine theta?
No, no, sir.
No.
But if you divide by root over 4 square plus 3 square everywhere, can we in a guaranteed way say that this number will be cos theta for some angle and sin theta for some angle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So because it is becoming a number less than 1 and both the numbers are such that then they will automatically become cos theta and sin theta for some unknown angle theta, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's why we are dividing by this and not some other random number. We are
Yes, sir.
making A and B the sides of a right angle triangle. We are dividing by the hypotenuse, right?
Yes, sir.
Which makes it sin theta and cos theta. So in this particular case, the root and all will become 5 only. So actually what you have to do is divide by 5. So 4 by 5 sine 2x plus 3 by 5 cos 2x is equal to 1 will come. And you can say that this is cos theta and this is sine theta for some theta. What is this theta? Cos theta should be 4 by 5. Sine theta should be 3 by 5. So obviously the tan of
Fif-
this should be 3 by 4.
Yes, sir.
So theta is that angle, tan inverse 3 by 4.
53.
The value doesn't matter. You can just write it like this,
Okay,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
And now you can say that the whole thing is becoming sine 2x cos theta plus cos 2x sine theta equals 1. And now I can write this as sine of 2x plus theta equals 1. And 1 can be written as sine of pi by 2. And now you can use the general formula 2x plus theta is n pi plus minus 1 power n into pi by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
2x is going to be n pi minus theta plus minus 1 power n into pi by 2. So x is going to be n pi by 2 minus theta by 2. So half of tan inverse 3 by 4 plus minus 1 to the power n into pi by 4.
Yes, sir.
That becomes your final answer, and that's how you solve the equation correctly without squaring or anything.
Yes.
Is it clear what is happening?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, the next question then. The equation here is tan of pi by 2 cos x minus cot of pi sin x is equal to 0. The first thing here is not to try solving the equation already. As soon as you see the question, don't start doing some steps and all, try to solve it immediately.
Sir,
First thing,
converted.
no. First thing to always check is check the domain of the equation. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
What do I mean?
So that means what value of x we can put in this equation.
By domain, we mean what are the possible or allowed values of x. Not all the time will your equation be valid for any x. For example, if I give you an equation like this, root x plus 3 minus 1 by x is equal to 2x plus 3. Do you think any x is okay in this equation?
No, sir.
Which x is allowed, which x is not allowed?
Sir, x cannot be 0 here, and x cannot be greater than -3 here.
It
Smaller than
has to
-3,
be
sorry.
greater
Smaller
than
than -3.
x plus 3 should be greater than equal to 0, right?
Hmm.
So you should have x should be greater than -3,
Hmm.
but it cannot be 0.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone understanding what I'm saying right now?
Yes, sir.
First step in solving any difficult equation is always to think of what is the domain of x? What are the values of x that are valid for this equation? For example, here, I will first check this and I know now that my answers cannot be anything -3 से छोटा तो हो नहीं सकता है, right?
Yes, sir.
My answers have to be bigger than -3 and they have to be not 0.
Yes, sir.
So that is a rule that you should always remember. For example, here you have to realize what is the possible values of x that are allowed. So tell me that first. What are the possible values of x which are okay? And what are the values which are not okay?
And
When is the tan function properly defined?
sir, when the angle is not equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2.
So the angle here should not be equal to odd multiple of pi by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So pi by 2 cos x should not be equal to either plus or minus pi by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Obviously, we don't have to consider the other odd multiples because those are not possible only. Why? Because cos x cannot be
Cos
more
x
than
can
1.
1. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
what we can say is cos x should not be equal to plus or minus 1, first of all,
Hmm.
right?
yes,
Because if cos x was equal to plus or minus 1, the equation only doesn't make sense because tan function is undefined.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, what can we say about this? When is this okay? When is this defined?
What?
Cot function has a denominator of sin x. So sin x should never be 0 then, right?
Yes, sir.
yes, yes,
Sin x is 0 when x is any multiple of pi, integer multiple.
Hmm.
So the angle to the cot, input to the cot cannot be such that it is integer multiples of pi, right?
Yes, sir.
So here the input is actually pi sin x, cannot be equal to
Pi.
either 0 or pi or
Pi.
minus pi, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sin x cannot be equal to 1 minus 1 or 0.
So sin x cannot be equal to 0 or plus minus 1.
Hmm.
So any answer that we get should never satisfy, should always be making sure that this condition is not happening,
Yes, sir.
right?
yes,
That is the first step in for solving the equation. First step is to realize which answers are definitely not going to happen. After that, you can think of what to do about the equation and how you will solve it. So now that we have understood this, now you can think of the equation and try to figure out what to do there.
सर
हम्म
कॉट को 10 में कर लिया पाई बाय 2 माइनस पाई साइन एक्स से,
हम्म
और उसके बाद फिर
उसके बाद फिर
एंगल्स को कंपेयर किया, फिर वहां से फिर सिंपलीफाई करके साइन
what is the simplification that we should write now?
पाई बाय 2 cos x इक्वल्स पाई बाय 2 माइनस पाई साइन एक्स.
गलत, जनरल सॉल्यूशन लिखना चाहिए था.
ओ,
Oh,
यहाँ पे इक्वेट क्यों कर रहे हो अचानक? और सॉल्यूशंस पॉसिबल नहीं है? समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
हाँ,
सर ऑल
व्हाट्स
सोल्यूशन का मतलब?
जनरल सॉल्यूशंस एन इंटीजर्स
अच्छा,
वाला.
प्लस एन 2
हाँ.
एन पाई. ठीक है.
पूरे पूरे चैप्टर का बेसिस दिस दैट ओनली, नो यू हैव टू राइट जनरल सॉल्यूशंस, नॉट रैंडम वन सॉल्यूशन. आई डोंट केयर अबाउट वन आंसर, आई नीड ऑल द आंसर्स.
हाँ,
यस सर.
यस.
When you get tan A is equal to tan B, you can't say A is equal to B. You have to say A is equal to n pi plus B,
यस सर.
right?
यस सर.
So here you should write pi by 2 cos x is equal to n pi plus pi by 2 minus pi sin x,
Hmm.
right? Where n can be any integer. If you simplify this a little bit, you'll get pi by 2 cos x plus pi sin x is equal to pi by 2 plus n pi. And you can cancel pi everywhere. And pi by 2 you can cancel. You will get cos x plus 2 sin x is equal to 1 plus 2n.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Now tell me what will be the next step after this. So far we have simplified it. Now we have gotten an equation which looks a little simpler. What is the next step after this? It is not yet done. My equation has become 2 sin x plus cos x can be equal to 2n plus 1, where n can be any integer. Which integers are possible here?
Mm,
Is 5 an integer that will be possible?
no, sir.
Why
No.
not?
So greatest value of sine and cos is 1
Yeah,
and
greatest value of sine and cos.
What is the greatest value of this expression?
Sir,
plus it will be 2 into 3.
not 3
No,
means very tend to 3.
no,
It cannot be 3 or more than 3.
that's not the greatest value.
Okay, sir.
Think again. What is the greatest value and smallest value of this expression? It's the same idea that we have done before. How did we simplify this?
Oh,
By dividing it by root of a square plus b square.
4 plus.
Since this is not an equation, we can't randomly divide it. We have to multiply it also, right?
Yes, sir.
I am saying the original expression is the same as this expression. Is everyone agreeing?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What can I say about the inside part of the bracket? How can I simplify this inside of the bracket?
By substituting cos
Cos
theta and
theta and
sin.
sin theta.
So what will the inside part start looking like now? After
Mm,
using
Cos
the
theta sin
formula.
x.
Sin x plus
Sin
sin
x
x
plus
plus
theta.
theta.
And outside there is this. Is everyone agreeing that this expression is same thing as this expression?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Where tan theta is b by a.
Hmm.
Yes.
What is easier, finding maxima or minima here or finding maxima or minima here?
In the downward equation.
Why is it easier here?
Because we know that sine, what maximum value sine can yield.
So we know that here also. Why was it more difficult here? What was the complication here that is no longer a complication here?
So that, okay, okay.
समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
Yes, sir.
ये कन्वर्ट करने का क्या पॉइंट है? Why are we converting?
नहीं पता.
The
Sir,
point
root can
is
be
very
positive.
easy. नहीं, the
Okay, sir.
point is very easy. I want to find maxima, minima of this top expression. Do you think we can just take the value a plus b? Is that going to be correct?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because, okay.
Yeah,
Because at sine, when sine is 1, cos is not 1.
exactly. If you try to maximize sine part, you will make this 0. If you try to maximize cos part, you will make this 0.
Oh,
Do you think we
yeah.
can, by looking at it, find the maximum of it?
No, sir.
सबको समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं?
यस सर।
Sine function is an increasing function, cos function is a decreasing function. जब sine बढ़ रहा है तो cos घट रहा है.
Hmm.
So it is not very easy to predict कि what will be the actual place where the whole expression will be maximum.
Yes, sir.
जब ये part बढ़ेगा तो ये part घटेगा. You can't just look at it and say. You can't just say 3. Do you understand why?
यस।
Okay, yes, sir. Now understand.
But what is so easy about the second expression?
Here only we have sine.
Yeah, only we have sine and
This is a constant. There is only one trigonometric expression.
which
Yeah.
maximum can yield 1.
It will go from -1 to +1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what is the overall value of the expression?
Minus root 2 root a square plus b square.
So what is the overall value of the same expression here?
Root a square plus b square.
The minimum is minus of root a square plus b square and the maximum is plus root a square plus b square. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is the reason we are converting it like this. There is no other mysterious reason. The reason is that it is easier to predict maxima, minima values, and it instead of having two ratios, it becomes one ratio. Right?
Yes, sir.
So now instead of a, if it was 2 and b was 1, I can write this as root 5 sine of x plus theta, right? Where
Yes,
theta
sir.
is such that tan theta is equal to b by a, which is 1 by 2. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is the maximum value of this expression?
Root 5.
And minimum value is minus root 5 and you have equals to 2n plus 1. Root 5 value is 2.236. So this side, this expression is going from minus 2.236 to plus 2.236.
Yes, sir.
So obviously the odd integers that it can be equal to are minus 1, 1, and that's it.
Hmm.
Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
N can be any integer, 0, 1, 2, but whenever you put it, it will become an odd number to n plus 1, right? In the range that we have, left-hand side has range of minus 2.2 to plus 2.2. The only odd integers in that range are minus 1 and 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now what we can say is that this equation is actually having two cases. One case is when it is equal to minus 1 and one case is when it is equal to plus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
And you can solve both the cases separately and find the overall solution by saying, okay, root 5 sine of x plus theta is equal to minus 1, which is sine of minus pi by 2. So from here, we are getting, no, that is wrong because I will have to divide by root 5
Root
first.
5 also. Yes, sir.
So I'll divide by root 5 and I'll get one case as minus 1 by root 5 and one case as plus
Positive.
1 by root 5.
Yes, sir.
And from here I'll get x plus theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n sine inverse of minus
1
1 by
minus
root 5 or
or
minus 1 power n sine inverse of plus 1 by
Plus,
root 5.
yes, sir. Understood.
And you should put the theta also on this side, minus theta minus theta.
Yes, sir.
And what is theta? Theta is tan inverse of 1 by 2. This theta had come when we converted this to this.
Hmm.
Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That will be your answer. And now that's also not enough because you also have to check the condition. In the beginning of the problem, we had decided that sin x should not be equal to 0, plus minus 1, and cos x should not be equal to plus minus 1. Right?
Yes, sir.
So you should never have that situation coming from here. You have to check that that situation is not happening. How to check? You should check by putting some n. Put some values of n like 0, 1, 2. See whether the angles that are coming like this or not.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone understanding what all was involved here?
Yeah.
Yes.
First step was finding the domain of the equation. Second step was simplifying it. Some people had already simplified some part of it and gotten something, but then they did not write general solutions.
Hmm.
Something like this had come, and then you did not forgot to write general solutions, right?
Yeah.
You have to write general solutions at this step also. Once we wrote the general solution, we were able to cancel the pi by 2 and all and get an equation something like this: 2 sin x plus cos x is equal to 2n plus 1. This equation has some solutions, but not for all integers. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It has solutions only when you realize that this part is going from minus root 5 to plus root 5. So this should be odd numbers in that range. So it will be minus 1 or 1.
Hmm.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you have to take those separate cases and solve it after converting it into the form root 5 sine x plus theta. Unless you
Right.
convert it into this form, it is difficult to solve a equation where there are multiple trigonometric terms present.
Yes, sir.
You cannot use general formula for solution of trigonometric equations if there are two or more trigonometric ratios present.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all the questions that are there from this point onward in the sheet, don't think of them as some like very simple ones and quickly you can get the answer. You have to take care of all of these conditions. You have to take care that the answer that you are getting is satisfying the original equation. It is in the domain of the original equation. You have to also take care of how you don't miss out on any solution or how you don't put extra things that are not required in the solution, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So be very careful. All of these habits, or you have to get into correct habits. All of these habits are super important while solving equations. Right now, we are practicing with trigonometric equations. Same things are valid for general equations also.
Hmm.
These methods and techniques. So it will be useful in algebra also. How much have you guys done so far?
Sir, till question number 13 and 16.
Sir, I have did like I went to the last, but I was not able to solve like 5 questions from the
Sir, what is the answer
whole.
of this question? 12th.
What is the answer you got?
I got n as a general form n pi by 2.
That's not correct.
Sir, I got x equals n pi and x equals n pi plus 3 pi by 4.
1 second. Question that I have written right now on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. What did you get? First person who said, what was your say or your answer?
n pi by 2.
No.
Sir,
Sir,
I got
You know
n pi
how
minus.
you should realize that n pi by 2 is obviously wrong. Tan x will not be defined if n is odd.
Okay, sir.
तो आंसर कैसे होगा वो?
Sir, I got n pi minus pi by 4.
That is one correct answer, but it is not complete answer. There are still other answers also.
sir, mine was incorrect.
What was your answer?
Sir, x equals n pi and x equals n pi plus 3 pi upon 4.
It is almost correct, I think. N pi minus 3 pi by 4 is written, and the other answer is n pi, where
Yeah.
k and other answer is another different integer k pi. There are two types of solutions. You should not use the same n everywhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? If there are two different parts of the same
Oh,
question,
okay, okay.
you should
I
use
got it. I
different
got it.
integers, right?
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
And be careful and try it again.
Yeah.
I think you have gotten it correct only, mostly.
Oh,
But all of you have to try from 12, 13 onwards. The questions are not like obvious, or these are not like some simple exercise questions that you see everywhere. So make sure that you stick to the rules. The rules are: check the domain. When is your equation defined? You should check that. Then solve the equation as much as you can, but without introducing any extra roots or losing some roots. And always you have to try to find the most general solution. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
So follow these rules and try the remaining questions, whichever ones you have not yet done, once more. We will try to do as much as possible in the next class and try to finish it
Sir,
in the next class. Hmm.
uh, sir, can you confirm that this 19th number question? I'm think there is something missing. Uh,
One
like
second.
in the left hand side, you had cos phi into 3x, then cos square phi into 3x, then 3
No,
to
it
the
is
power x,
pi.
then
It is pi, not phi.
yeah, like then, but in the RHS you had extra term 2 sine pi into 3x plus 1. That is not there in RHS. Is it the correct or you have missed it?
One second. Yeah, so the equation is cos of pi times 3 power x, not 3x,
Yeah, 3 power x.
minus 2 cos square pi times 3 power x plus 2 cos of 4 pi into 3 power x minus cos 7 pi into 3 power x is equal to, LHS is correct. RHS is sine of pi into 3 power x plus 2 sine square pi into 3 power x minus 2 sine of 4 pi into 3 power x plus 2 sine of pi into 3 power x plus 1
Yeah.
minus sine 7 pi into 3 power x. Question is correct.
Okay, okay.
All of these questions, try as much as you can. We will discuss the solutions if you are stuck with anything in the next class. So,
Sir,
hmm.
sir, you will take the next class on Saturday, right?
Most probably it will be on Friday.
Friday. So sir,
Try
please
it.
take after 9:30 only. Like 9:30 is the best time, sir.
So I'm taking at 9:30 only.
Yes, sir. Please don't take at 9, sir. Oh,
Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. 9:30 p.m. on Friday, it will be the class. So try it till then as much as you can in this sheet.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
sir. Can we prove a formula by induction which contains n terms of Fibonacci series?
Yes, it can be done by induction.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's all for now then. I will see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Good afternoon, sir. Evening. Okay.